A word in season to the weary. Daily meditations from the ministry of Brother BHAKTH Singh, Hebron, Hyderabad, India. Today's portion, 14th of April. O send out thy light and thy truth, let them lead me. Psalms chapter 43, verse 3. Behind the breastplate containing the 12 precious stones were the Urim and Thummim. Exodus chapter 28, verse 30. With the help of these two stones, the high priest could find the will of God for any person in relation to any matter at any time. You can see this in Numbers chapter 27, verse 21. It has always been a mystery how these stones functioned. Apart from the high priest, they could not be seen by anyone. They were the most important part of the garments of the high priest. During Old Testament times, they were the only means of finding God's will. That is why we find David constantly asking the high priest Abiathar to bring the effort to find out God's will through the Urim and Thummim. You can see this in 1 Samuel chapter 23 verses 2, 4, 9 and 11. When David was hiding in the cave of Adullam, all who were in the trouble and difficulties came to stay with him in that cave, and it was there David found God by experience. While he was there, David wrote Psalms chapter 34, 57, 107 and 108. There he learned the secret of finding God's plan. Even in small things, David began to know the mind of God through the high priest who had the ephod with the two stones. You can see this in 1 Samuel chapter 23 verse 1 to 5 and also verse 12. That privilege was available to all, but only a few used to go to the high priest to find God's will. Often that is our condition. It is only when we make many mistakes and fail many times that we say, "O Lord, help me today to find thy will." We ought to learn this lesson at the beginning. The Lord Jesus Christ is our living high priest. Now all of us can find God's will through him. We have just to kneel down and pray with faith, asking God to show us his will. If we remain very close to God's heart, we can easily find God's will even in small things. For instance, when we go for shopping, we need not waste our time and in the end be cheated by the shopkeepers, as usually happens. If we would only pray, "Lord, I want to buy such and such things. Please take me to the right shop and do not allow me to waste any time, money, and energy." He will undertake everything for us. There will be no need for us to waste time in bargaining and then to feel sorry for the loss we have incurred.